What's up, everybody? I'm ItsBTrue, and today I have a pretty embarrassing thing to tell you guys. So, basically, I have been really struggling in my ranked games for a while now. It's safe to say there's been a good amount of tilt involved, mixed with a good amount of just, AFK or just bad teammates in general, and then on top of that, just a lot of really horrible games by myself. I mean, it all comes down to me in the end, right? I didn't do what I needed to do in order to win. So anyway, when I started my Road to Diamond series, I was in Plat 4. I think it was around 70 LP, a couple wins away from potentially making it to Plat 3. So since then, I have lost a very large majority of the games that I've played, and actually just the other day, I got demoted down to Gold 1. That's right, I'm no longer in Platinum, I am back in Gold. Now, during this slide of games where I was losing all the time and getting really bad luck and then also playing horribly myself, I decided that I was going to stop recording the games and stop trying to, speak while I was playing and record them and try and just focus on the game itself to try and get back to the way that I was doing, how I made it to Plat in the first place and start playing better and all. So I tried to get rid of the distractions and kind of just play and appreciate the game. And it ended up actually not really helping all that much, as you can tell, because now I'm all the way back into Gold 1 and trying to fight my way back into Platinum. Now, there are a lot of reasons why this happened, and I just want to talk briefly about why I think that is. So first and foremost, obviously, you cannot put the blame anywhere but on yourself. There were plenty of games where we had the ability to win, or I had good enough teammates to win, and I just either made a mistake that cost us the game, or I just played horribly throughout the entire game. So first and foremost, the number one reason this happened is obviously because of my own skills and just mistakes that I made. And once you start tilting and you start losing a lot, you start getting a little bit more aggressive and trying to make stupider plays, which end up losing you the game more often and causing you to tilt more. And it's a really vicious cycle. But that is the first and foremost reason of why I and a lot of people will go through these cycles where they lose huge chunks of games. Now, the second biggest reason, obviously, is the fact that League of Legends is such a team-based game that it only takes one person on your team to really lose the game for you. It only takes one person either making a really bad decision at a bad time, or just generally, being like just not being good enough for that game. Playing a champion that they shouldn't be playing, whether they're boosted, not being, shouldn't be in this elo in the first place or whatever. But it only takes one person making one mistake at the wrong time for you to lose a game, and that's really frustrating to play with, because with League of Legends, it's 5-on-5, and it only takes that one person. And, no matter how well you play, that one person can single-handedly ruin the game for you. And that's, a really frustrating thing to deal with, and it happens all the time. That's why people talk about Elo hell. It's the whole way up. I mean, all the way up into Challenger, there are people who just have really shitty games and will lose the game for you. So that would be the number two reason why this slide and why people go on major tilting sprees. The third and the fourth reason so the first two are kind of self-explanatory. You kind of already know them. The third and the fourth reason are actually a little interesting to me. So the third reason will be where we are in the season right now. So we're towards the very end of the season, and around the end of the season, people already have their main accounts to where they want to be, whether it's Diamond, Master, Challenger, whatever. And so they start making a bunch of Smurf accounts. And so around this elo, around the Plat elo, you start playing a lot more Smurf accounts from Diamond and Master level players because of the time of the year that is, because it's the end of the season. And this is something that I noticed, where I'll be playing in a game with someone on the enemy team who is so clearly not a Platinum player, and they might have they might have a Gold division currently, but they're playing like a Diamond player, where they're just heads and above better than everybody else in the game. And that's kind of tipped me off to the fact that I wasn't really thinking about it until it dawned on me that, yeah, that's right, there are a lot of people who are making Smurfs right now, and there are a lot of people who are just kind of playing for fun. So you get a lot of Diamond and Master level players in your games, which if you actually belong in Platinum, which I believe that I do right now, that kind of thing, playing against diamond players, there's a huge noticeable skill difference in what you and your team's able to do against what they are able to do, especially depending on what champion they choose. Then last but not least, this is something that I wasn't really aware of until it kind of started happening. So basically, once you start losing a lot, right? Once you get on tilt and you start really spiraling downward, your MMR, which is a rating that you don't know about, that League of Legends keeps track of, Riot keeps track of, your MMR starts to plummet, right? And as your MMR plummets, you start getting matched up with people who are lower divisions than you. So even though I was in Platinum, I was getting matched with mostly high gold players. And then at the same time, because that's to kind of like for them to see, if you actually belong further down. So as your MMR goes down, they match you with shittier players. And then, to see if you keep losing, then you belong down with those players down in that division. But another thing that it does is it groups people with spiraling MMRs together. So when you go on tilt and you start spiraling and lose a lot of games in a row, what happens is you start getting matched with other players who are on tilt, who have been losing a lot of games in a row. So what happens is you end up getting a team where a good majority of the players on your team are also in sort of like this tilted state where they're spiraling, losing games, making bad decisions, losing elo. And so what happens is you get a bunch of players who aren't really thinking clearly. They're kind of just they're really frustrated with what's been going on, and then you get a lot of really like salty, really pissed off people all the time, really toxic players who are on tilt already, making bad decisions, and so you get even less team play when that happens. So even though I'm in Platinum and I'm playing with high-level gold people, I'm playing with a bunch of people who were probably around Platinum level who lost a whole bunch of games like I did, and we're all really frustrated with what's going on, and we're all on tilt. And so you end up getting next to no teamwork whatsoever. And I didn't really think about this before, but it actually is really shitty. So once you start losing, once you get on tilt and the spiral starts, it's actually really hard to get out of that, because the harder you start spiraling out of control with your MMR, the worse teammates you start getting matched up with, who are also frustrated and spiraling out of control. And then you end up getting a whole team worth of people who just, it's just like it's one play away from anybody on your team throwing, because everybody is just so frustrated and out of control. And so like it's so hard to fix that, because you got to win a bunch of games in a row to bump your MMR back up to stop getting matched with these other players. And that's a system that I don't necessarily agree with, because like I said, it makes it so difficult for you to actually fix when you're on tilt, when you're on this spiral that I'm on. And the only really thing that you can do is just with Dynamic, you group up with a bunch of your friends to kind of take out the number of people on your team who are, in this sort of mind state, who are potentially just really frustrated, really tilted, and just waiting to throw the game. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. My top 4 reasons why you're tilting, you're losing a bunch of MMR, you're losing a bunch of elo. 2, like I said, the last 2 kind of just dawned on me in the past couple weeks as I kind of saw it start to happen, and I didn't really think about it before. So maybe you guys didn't think about it either, but I wanted to make a video just kind of talking about how that happens, like why you get on these crazy losing streaks, and why the more you're losing, the worse teammates you start getting matched up with. And just to kind of fill you guys in, because I haven't been making a lot of Road to Diamond episodes recently, because, well, one, now it's a Road to Platinum episodes, because I'm no longer in Platinum. I started making the Road to Diamond series, and I did nothing but lose and go backwards. So it was more of a road back to gold than it was to Diamond. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know what was going on, my thoughts on the matter, and then to let you guys know that for the rest of the season, I am actually not going to be making any Road to Diamond or Road to Platinum episodes. I'm going to just kind of chill out, relax. I really need to untilt. Like, I need to just, I've kind of gotten really bitter and toxic over the last couple games, and I need to stop that. I don't like that at all. That's not me. That's not the way that I want to play. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to post videos every now and then, like good videos when they happen, a couple topics, maybe some gameplay commentaries, but no more of this Road to Diamond, Road to Platinum, because it puts a lot of pressure on me to kind of do well, to give you guys good videos. So For the rest of the season, I'm going to chill, going to relax. I'm going to bring you guys good content still, funny content, do my best to give you guys what you guys are looking for. And next season, we are going to hit the road to Diamond super hard. We're going to hit it with a fresh MMR, a fresh attitude on life, and it's going to be right after the Assassin rework, so God knows what's going to happen then. But anyway, guys, thank you for sticking with me so long, so far. Thank you for the support during the road to Diamond, even after I lost game after game after game after game. But yeah, so little heads up on what's going on with me. Hope the rest of your guys' week is good. If you enjoyed this video, or if you didn't know any of those tips that I gave you and it's kind of enlightened you a little bit, click that like button down below. If you didn't enjoy the video, just click the dislike button. I understand completely. It helps me, bring you guys better videos. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. It really helps me grow, and I appreciate every single one of you guys in the community here. And yeah, guys, I hope you have, like I said, a great rest of the day, a great week. It's going to be Monday. Monday sucks, but that's okay. We're going to push through it together, guys. Anyway, I'm ItsBTrue. Have a great night, and peace.